Oh, okay. Yeah. We're just trading memories and stuff.
Yeah. Thank you guys for doing this. Thank you.
There's a race that we have the same weekend
Hello.
in Santa Cruz. Morning. How are you? Good. Nice going
Just real quick, I just want to introduce Lester's mom to the Velo riders and everyone that shows up. She's very, very happy. She's surprised to see how many people came here to support Lester. So she's very grateful and happy. Thank you.
First shirt and last shirt.
So yeah, ito ba, how many people support Lester? Do you have anything to say to the
Thank you everyone. I can't speak because I'm overwhelmed for the support that you gave us.
Thank you, Mom.
Lester came back the other night, visited me. It's like, it was 4 o'clock in the morning. Somebody was like in my back. I was sitting in my bed and then it was so cold. I turned the heat on. I'm still shaking, so I think Lester said that, I'm here and I'm okay. So probably said say bye to all my biking friends and buddies.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, it's 9 o'clock. About time to roll. Is the sheriff here?
So, we're going to pull out. My name's Sergeant Brett Murphy. I'm with the Sheriff's Office. What we're going to do is, when everybody pulls out, I'm going to have a deputy block Woodside Road. So the entire group can pull out and proceed down towards Kenyatta Road. We're going to have another deputy down at Woodside and Kenyatta. He's going to prevent any vehicles from following in behind you. The second patrol vehicle is going to follow the bicycle group all the way to the collision scene. I'm going to be up in front. No cars should get in between the pack. If somebody gets too far back, we're going to have them pull into the bike lane because we can't spread out too far of a distance. We're going to escort you all the way. We're going to have a CSO at Jefferson. There will be no traffic at Jefferson. You'll be able to ride right through. Normally, we want everybody to obey the rules of the road. For the purpose of the ride today, do not worry about stopping down at Woodside and Kenyatta. Do not worry about stopping at Kenyatta and Glenwood. And do not worry about stopping at Kenyatta and Jefferson. When you get to Jefferson, you're going to see one of our pickup trucks. It's going to have its lights flashing. They're going to prevent the traffic from entering in the bicycle group. Continue riding all the way to the collision scene. And then once we get to the crash site, we need you guys to either pull into the pullout or stay in the bike lane, but we cannot shut down Kenyatta Road. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. And from there, once we deliver you guys there, I'm just going to keep riding and head back to San Carlos where I'm assigned. And we're going to leave one of the CSOs just about 100 yards back with the lights flashing just to let people know that they're bicyclists out on the roadways. Please ride safe, everybody.
Thank you.
He's the lead. He leads out. So I'll come out through the top of the parking lot, pull up there. When you guys are ready, we'll pull out. And then I know we have 2 cars. We have a van and another silver Mazda.
What for the sheriff or to lead out? He's going to lead us up to the stop sign.
Thank you. You guys ready?
thank you everybody for coming. Hopefully you can hear me. If you could just clear out of the road a little bit, I'll figure out how to turn the volume up. Is that better? No?
Yes.
Yes? No? That's all right, I'll just yell. You can hear me, don't worry. The teacher voice always works. So, on behalf of everybody here in the cycling community, I'm so thankful to see all the faces here, faces I know, faces I don't, here to support Lester's family in this horrible moment and tragedy. And I'm gonna try and get through this, and I'm only a line in here. So first of all, thank you to San Mateo County Sheriff and to the town of Woodside for supporting us. We emailed them and said we're having this event, and they came out and organized all of this. We could not have done this safely without them. So first of all, I'd like you all to give them a hand. Thank you very much. Second, I'd just like to thank the entire community, not just Penn Velo, but look at all the people around you. We all love to ride our bikes. We all love to be safe, and we all know that this tragedy just hurts all of us. So thank you for being here. And third, I'd really like to thank all of my teammates who dropped everything this week, put all this effort and time into making this happen today. And, you know, on behalf of Lester's family, Lester was new to the club. He made many friends here, and I think it just means a lot for all of you to show your support and kindness and compassion in these really hard times. I'd like to begin today with just a moment of silence to honor Lester and his family and to just make this moment special. So please join me in a moment. Thank you. I don't really know how to put into words the feelings that all of us have had. I think that struggling with grief, even if you didn't know Lester, all of us are just like Lester. We've all discovered cycling at some point in our lives. We discovered the people that make cycling special, and we've enjoyed those times together. And so I think that we're all here because we feel the same way. We feel that loss. And I just want to publicly acknowledge that grief and that struggle. I was angry, I was mortified, I was terrified, and I know we were all the same way. And so thank you again for being here. I didn't have a chance to know Lester well, but I have some friends here from the club that would like to say a few things. So Yale, well actually first I'd like, before Yale does that, Norma, on behalf of the club, I'd like to present some flowers and lay them here. So, Marissa, thank you. I'm sorry for your loss. Okay, where's Yale?
I want to thank everybody for coming out today. I know this is a tragic moment, but this is a special ride memorial for Lester. I met Lester about a year ago, riding up on guardrail. I remember this day clearly. I was huffing and puffing, and this guy pulls up to me, and he just starts chattering away, just starts going off. And I couldn't pay attention to him because I was focusing on my breathing, my cadence, and all that. And I pulled away from him, and the next thing you know, he's on my left again. I looked over, and I got away from him, and there he was again. I'm like, oh, he's here again? and then he just starts chattering away, and then I started really focusing on what he was saying, and it was very positive impact on what he was talking about. He was so passionate about life, passionate about cycling, passionate about just staying healthy and a healthy lifestyle, and it just impacted me. And from that day forward, I knew he was going to be my brother. And even then, we bicker like brothers too. I remember we're on Sand Hill Boulevard, and we stopped at this checkpoint, and I said to him, hey, where are we going next? And he's all, we're going to go to Whiskey Hill. And I said to him, where's Whiskey Hill at? He's like, dude, you know where Whiskey Hill is. We ride there all the time. It's like, how come you don't pay attention where the signs are? And I'm like, dude, why are you frustrated with me? And it's true, I don't pay attention to the signs because I always rely on him. So, but then it's all good. We make up, and we just keep riding. But the thing with Lester is I was definitely drawn to him like a magnet because he had such a positive impact on me and just on life and everything. And he brought all of us together. On the weekends, I would just meet new people through him. And that was a really good positive thing. And also, I'm going to miss training with him, especially after work. We would definitely push each other on the weekdays for training and watch each other's back and call out the cars and all that. But I'm sorry, Lester, I wasn't there that day to watch your back. But this day forward, I know he'll be the angel on my back to keep me safe and this whole community safe on this road. So just, when you're out here, just think of him, he's looking after us. And so just keep riding, and we definitely got to bring awareness of what happened here, but just remember this is a memorial. And Lester was a beautiful man, and he just impacted us all positively. So, but I'm sorry, I'm very emotional. I'm just so glad I got to know you, Lester. I love you, and I'll see you in the next life. Keep riding, brother.
Thank you. I think all of us are a son, a daughter, a mother, a father, a brother, or sister. So, as Yale said, we all ride this road every day. So be safe, take care of each other, look out for each other, and remember Lester and everybody else as you ride this road. And be safe out there. Thank you for coming. And yes,
Can I say something?
Romeo, yes, please. Romeo.
I met Lester here on Cañada Road, riding with the Velo A group, morning fast-paced ride. When we got back in the parking lot, he came up to me and says, "How can you guys maintain this pace? You know, I want to be like you guys." I said, "Hey Lester, I'm not there yet, you know." And he asked me, "Can I train with you?" And we connected on Strava first, and I looked at his stats, and I said, "Hey Lester, I know you've been riding a lot, but you need some high intensity." And he goes, "That's what I need. I need a mentor. Can you help me out?" And you got to speed up your kid. And I'm just like walking through this, and I introduced him to Criterium Racing. I've been trying to get him to join my team in Fremont, and I did get him to come out there once for a TNT, our Thursday night training, and to the early birds, I introduced him there, and rain or shine, he would call me. Me and him, we talk just about every day, and he tells me, what he did that day. In fact, one of his last message to me was on Saturday. He goes, "Romeo, are you here on Cañada?" I said, "No, I'm in LA. I'm gonna ride with the Velo A group." And his goal is to complete the PVA ride and the Spectrum ride. That's his goal, and I've been trying to help him to get to there because he's a lot younger than I am. And so I said, "Hey, I'm gonna help you as much as I can." I took him in a couple of rides, intensity rides, and he's gotten a lot better. He calls me, rain or shine. He'd come, "Romeo, we're gonna go out, and can we go out and do this?" And we did the rain through the storm. We rode together. So I've been riding with him quite often. Like I said, he accomplished something Saturday by riding with a faster group, the Spectrum. He told me he got dropped, but still he tried. So I'm so proud of him, and I told him, "Man, you did a good job on Strava," and he acknowledges that. And I'm sure now he's really happy to see that there's hundreds of riders here. That's giving him the respect and being here for him. So I'm sure he's very, very happy that you guys are all here. And Alvin is another friend. By the way, Lester also has another.
Thank you, bro. I'm going to speak about my friend. Post Velo, post any other groups. I just want to say thank you, Lester. A very passionate guy who gives his best all the time. As a matter of fact, he gave me this helmet, he gave me this hat, and one time we were talking about riding in South of France and looking at the flowers. That's why I'm wearing flowers today. I love you, bro. I love you.
want to talk about how much I love Lester. I would say he's probably my best bike friend, but clearly that's not the case the other way around. You guys all are. He was one of the most generous guys I've ever known. We actually named the spot at Edgewood the Edgewood Bike Shop because he would always help me. Other than that, I just want to thank everybody for coming. I feel his love every day. I'm so grateful to have met him, even though it's only been about 6 months.
Hi, my name is Kevin Cohn, part of the OGB group of TV now. And just with Lester, you know, when he would try to keep up with the A's and not keep up, he would come back and meet the B's at 8:30. So he got to start riding with us. And as we were riding through the weeks, we would teach him how to stay on a wheel and how to draft. But one of the things I said to him is, hey, you're a young guy, why are you riding with the old guys? He says, well, I can't keep up with the A's, and you know, as old guys, you guys are still pretty fast, so I like riding with you.
I didn't know Lester for all that long, but when I did meet him, it was like a instant, perfect contact. I mean, he just started asking me all kinds of questions and everything like that. And when this all happened, Jessica here was all over it. Like she said, they were best riding buddies. And Jessica on Tuesday, she texts me and says, Lester passed away here on Kenyatta Road before it was even out. So I came down here as quick as I could and seen everything, just looking at the survey and the situation here. And they had all the bike pieces all picked up and everything, and all the circles were out. But his saddle was up here on the hillside, and that's when I picked it up. And I had him with me for 4 days until I give it over to Mama. And I'll tell you, that seat had a lot of energy in it. I was talking with it. At night I had it in my sofa, you know, with a couple of bike pillows. And when I'm doing my yard work, I had it out in the plants in the sunshine. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, that had a lot of energy in that little thing. But I'm just glad I was like one of the first ones out here to, you know, get the seat and somebody knew what was going on with it, just, you know. So anyways, he was a beautiful person, and I had to meet Mama because, I mean, he was instantly, you'd fall in love with him like that, instantaneously. I met a lot of people in my life, and he was a one-off. He was the only dude that could be like Lester was, the best person in the world, and his memory will go on forever and ever and ever. Thank you for showing up.
Hi, my name is Harvey Bondar. I'll be brief. Sorry, my name is Harvey Bondar. I'll be brief. I've known Lester for all of 3 months. I've known Lester for all of 3 months, and it feels like I've known him my whole life. I'll say 2 things about Lester. One is his extraordinary generosity. I'll just talk loud, okay? And I've been accused of that in the past. He was the most generous guy. I met him through Jessica because he was always giving Jessica stuff. He could not change a flat tire, so I had the joy of teaching him how to change a flat tire. And I will miss him. And I'll say one last thing, and it's a request of all of you guys. Lester was a kick-ass rider, but he was always generous with somebody almost twice his age, and he would never ride in front of me, even though I know he could. So, Lester, you will never be forgotten.
Hi. I'm here here today riding because of Lester. I met him a year ago, brand new, and didn't know anything about cycling. In the beginning, we used to ride the Summit Saturday rides together. That's how we met. And then we got to talking about doing some century rides because I wanted to improve myself. And to me, he looked honestly a little scary because he was fit and strong and looked like a very badass cycling dude. And I wanted to be like him. So I said, hey, can I do the Century ride with you? And then we did the Sequoia ride together last year. And ever since then, we became cycling friends, best pal. We used to ride together all the time. And in a way, he was my rival as well, or my idol in a sense. I was always looking at his back. He was never behind me. No matter how hard I cycled, pedaled, he would always be in front of me. The day after this happened and I learned the news, I was mortified, scared. But next day, the following, I decided to go out and cycling because I just had to do it. I couldn't stop cycling, even though I was so scared of getting in the road. I just had to do it. I'm going to continue to cycle, Lester. And one day, I'm going to pass you, and you're going to be looking at my back, man. So watch out.
We're actually riding with Lester, with Alex, Alvin, and Junior. So actually I met Lester for his first century. I think that was his first century, right? So initially he started with just the metric century. So that one, and Alvin introduced him to the Tour de France metric century. And during that time he was kind of nervous, and he was like telling us that you guys are so fast. So after that metric century, the rest of the century rides, I think we did like 4 or 5 century rides. And it's a 100-mile century, not the metric anymore. So all those rides, he just went fast the whole time. He's the only rider that I've known that is very passionate, very consistent in riding. He rides every day, like daily, not only once, twice, even 4 times. Once he gets home, he's gonna get into his trainer and ride again. So he's so passionate with his so that he can improve himself that he even affected us. Like for me, he's the reason why I get up every day and ride my bike. Previously, I only ride weekends, but when I met Lester, I actually started riding every single day. And every single day that I ride, he's the first one who does the kudos for my Strava. So I'm gonna miss him terribly because it's already a routine for me that every single ride that I do, that Lester is there giving me that kudos. That's why his last kudos for me was on April 9th. And once I heard the news about the cyclist that got hit here in Cañada, and there was no name, but I was like thinking, how come Lester didn't ride today? Because that's very odd. So, and then I found out, texted from my friends, and yeah, very sad news. So I'm gonna miss you terribly, Lester. So rest easy, my friend.
Well, we had planned to do a memorial ride, but look around. I don't think there's any possibility of doing that safely through Woodside and everything else. So I'd just like to thank everyone again for coming. And if you want to stay, there's some drinks and other things, but just disperse safely. Thanks again to San Mateo County Sheriff for being here to help make this a safe event for all of us. Thank you all for being who you are. Give each other a hug and take care of each other. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, one more thing.
Hi, I'm Fred. We're Lester's skater friends. Yeah, we heard about this ride and just wanted to come out and support you guys. It really makes me happy seeing all of this support because just as much as Lester was a big part of your guys' community, he was a really big part of our skate community also. So as individuals, as a community, you guys are not alone. I know a lot of you guys haven't known Lester for a long time, but as someone that's known him for probably 20 plus years. You guys know the real Lester. That was the authentic Lester. He was always outgoing, always down to make friends, always down to ask questions. Just a super positive energy in our industry as well as yours. And yeah, actually, we just want to let you guys know we feel it also in the skate industry. Just as much as you guys are feeling it, we're feeling it. And yeah, thank all of you guys for being here. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. Oh yeah. Also, if you guys don't know, Lester's viewing / memorial is going to be in April 19th in Como at the Olivet Gardens Chapel. If anybody wants to write down the address,
We'll post it on our Facebook.
Okay. You guys got it? Okay, cool. So yeah, again, thank you for coming out from the skater community to the bike community. We feel it also. We love all you guys, just like Lester did. Thank you.
Can I say something? My name is Louis Barron and I work with Lester. I've known Lester since he was in high school. And I just wanted to acknowledge Bob, his father, Marissa, and his brother Jets right here. And most people don't know, but Lester worked at our care facilities that his mother owns, working with special needs. And that day, he left our facility, he changed his clothes at our facility in San Bruno. He had a brand new car that his mother issued him to do activities with our clients. And he's always been there to help throughout my employment with Marissa. He was my go-to guy during the pandemic. He was bringing, at the height of the lockdown, he was bringing food, activities, everything we needed for our special needs clients. And they have, his route was San Bruno all the way to Livermore. That's 7 facilities, I believe. And all special needs, we really relied on him. And I just wanted to acknowledge that, he's a man of many talents, work, skateboard, and I noticed the word loaf. And if you don't know the story about him being called loaf, is that he would buy bread and hand it to people who he thought needed it. He would ask Bob on our weekly Costco shopping to buy Hawaiian bread, and he'd give it to the skaters, right? That didn't have food or whatever. And he would, I believe, he would do the ride. Somebody told me he would do the ride, go to Filoni, to the bakery, and buy loaves of bread to hand to people. So he was just a very giving kid. I've known Lester since he was young. Whenever I see Lester, we call him Yanya. That's his nickname. Whenever I see him, I get the joy, the same joy that when I see my children. And losing Lester is like losing one of my children. And I'm not sure how. I'm sorry, Marissa. And I just wanted to thank everybody for coming. And special thanks to the skateboard community and the cycling community for recognizing a special guy that someday we'll see him, right? And thank you for coming.
I just want to say thank you so much on behalf of our whole family. We are so moved by everybody that came out here. We had no idea how much of an impact he made. I'm his cousin, and we have all the cousins here, and the aunties, and the uncles, and we love Lester so much. We grew up with him since we were born, and over the years, life happens, and everyone kind of has their own thing going on, but every time we knew we were gonna see our mom Yanya, we would be so happy. I remember back in high school, he was working at Atlas, and my brother, he's not here right now, but he grew up skating as well, and he really looked up to Lester.
Lester would always bring him gear, boards, shoes, hats, everything. Yeah. And he would always invite us when Atlas had some kind of event. We'd always go. We were in high school. I think we barely started driving. We would somehow make it over here and we would stay out. Our moms wonder where we are. But he was just always that really positive presence. And, you know, as of the past few years, you know, we see him, you know, mostly at family events, at, you know, Christmas, New Year's, family parties. And every time we knew he was coming, we would always make it a point to go because we would be like, Lester's coming, so we have to go. Yeah. If he wasn't coming, oh, we don't have to go. Yeah. We'll go to the next one. But oh my God, I just can't believe that he's gone, and I know that it hurts to see all the family, and it hurts to see everyone that loves him so much. Eddie Marie's son, Eddie King, Eddie Quincy, Eddie Jake, my mom, everybody. We're so close to him growing up. He was like a son to everybody, including you. And just thank you so much on behalf of all of us. Really appreciate it.